Hey, let's get started. So, world of WoqlCraft. So, news about what's going on right now is that we have something new in the tutorial repo, actually. So this is quite exciting because this is quite a big data set. It's like biggest I have handled so far. Um, and actually it has been hanging there for a while. This WordNet, which we actually get from the official WordNet. I think English WordNet, I do believe. Because yeah, I've downloaded like for a while, so yeah, I do believe we get it from the official one here. That yeah, so yeah, so you can download it. So that's what we did, and then we have all the files there. So you can see that we actually got the turtle file in zip format, and yeah, and then like so what we can do is like we can first thing that we did, actually, with Gavin's help, I am able to break it down into chunks, because this English word net that we have is actually quite big. So you can see that we have break it into chunks. So each one of them is like 50,000 triples. So you can see that this is quite a lot of them. And yeah, so the size is quite big actually. So yeah, so this is quite a big data, and then we have put it actually in Terminus DB with a script. So I'm gonna show you the script today. So and also like we actually did something new that we are using a schema-less graph. So yeah, I'll show you a bit. So I hope you can see the script all right. Okay. So yeah, we are using actually this is the dev version of it. So yeah, if you see this on the repo, so make sure you test it on dev. Which we would actually roll it out maybe in a week or so. So yeah, or either you wait like until it's released, or you can give it a try. So yeah, so this is WordNet, and let me know these things, and then yeah, sorry, I have like some gas in my stomach. So yeah, so like you can see that we have, if you have already created a database, you can delete it with the script. I found it quite handy if I want to start all over again, but you know, but you don't want to do it all the time, so I commented it out. And then, so the interesting thing is like we don't include the schema, so I set it to false. So by doing that, what is happening is that it will just generate a graph itself, so it won't generate a schema graph. So what this create database does is that before that if you just use it without this, the default is true, which when you create a database, it will also create a schema graph for you. So there will be two graphs that is created when you create a database: the graph that's actually storing your data, and the schema graph. So but by turning this off, it won't have a schema. So what this does is that without the schema graph, when you load in the turtle inside, that actually there won't be a check on whether your schema is correct. The thing is, because well, you can load in, like you can write a schema for this, but I think the easiest way is to load in all the data first, because it's already stored in a format that is like everything is triple. So you load it in, and then you can later design how to write a schema graph for it. So that's very handy. So it's kind of like a slightly different ways from what we are doing before. Um, so yeah, now we don't need it. We don't need to create a new branch. We just put it in main. That's okay. So I'll give this a save. And so yeah, like I set up the try and accept, because if you already have the database, then you don't have to execute this create database. So it's just a workaround for that. Yeah, and then so yeah, time is, this is just like try to log the time that it takes for that. This script is originally used for doing some stuff that Gavin's doing for the DBpedia, and yeah, so I'm just like borrowing the script. So that's why there's this thing here, which like Gavin's using it to see when you load in a big data, that how long it takes and all this stuff. So it's not necessary, but I'll keep it there for now. It doesn't really matter. Um, directory, this is like the directory that we are installing all the chunks that we have break down before. That I've shown you like all these crazy like chunks that we have break down. So basically what it does is that like you just open the file, one by one, and then yeah, so you just like basically go through all the files and then open them one by one, and then you can read it. So read all the content, and then so they will be stored as content in this script. And then of course remember to close your file. That's very important. Yeah, otherwise memory leaks and all this crazy stuff is happening. Then yeah, like this is just for the timing thing that is calling the time. So store the time there. Um, and then yeah, this is just something that I use to debug to see how the progress is going. You can actually take this out if you don't want it, but I don't really mind. Um, so this is the important thing. So you insert all the triples. So basically you bring in all the content. So this is actually a more low level kind of operations than what we did before. So remember before that we used the WoqL query, that we would load in a query that basically we can tell that, oh, it's a triple with like this three the object, predicate, subject, and all this stuff. But here is more low level. You just basically load in all this content, which is in a turtle format, and we just have to tell that is it the instance graph, and then it's in the main branch. Yeah, so because like yeah, the graph that we created, so it's the one that's not the schema, the one that store all your data is actually the instance graph. So it's the instance graph in the main branch. Okay, so yeah, that's why we do this, and then we load in the content. We just use a very low level operation to put that in, and this is the commit message. And then this is again, this so that you can know like how long this operation take with using this before and after, and then you can store it if you want to time everything. And then yeah, and then just like you can print it out if you want. Like all this stuff again, like this is not like necessary. Okay, so yeah, so it's like a very simple script. So what we gotta do is like we gotta run it, we gotta create it, and then we can see what we can do with it. So let's do this. I'm so excited to start this new project because I want to do this for a long time actually. Can I? Yeah, here I believe is. Let me make it smaller again because I can't see the thing. Yep, terminal. Right. So yeah, I'm so excited to start this because I always want to do this for a long time, and just like because we can just load in the data without the schema graph, that is actually more handy. Because before like I was very stuck to create a right schema for it, and now it would just be much more easier. So let's have a look. So we're here. We go to WordNet. And then what we can do is like run Python on the load WordNet.py, and then it should be running. So yeah, it would take a little while. And so what it does is just like it would take in all the chunks and yeah, just load in one by one. This is slightly slower, I think, because maybe I'm running a lot of application here for the streaming, but before it only like in average take 2 seconds last time I run the script. So yeah, it's slightly slower today. I think it's because I am also running the streaming, so the CPU is quite busy. Yeah, so it kind of take in average maybe 3 to 4 seconds to run. Yeah, it's not great, but well, okay. So I think in the meantime we can actually have a look at the what is WordNet. Like I haven't talked about that before, right? So WordNet is basically like a dictionary. So this is very useful for people who, linguist who is like doing some like NLP studies and things like that. That basically is so you have so basically like it says that it's a lexical database of English. So I perceive it as like it's almost like a dictionary because it tell you like what kind of word it is and how they are related, and so you can see that maybe the original form of some word is what, so it's kind of like that. And yeah, so do we have an example here? I think maybe we can have a look at the file itself so we have an idea what it stores, okay? So let's have a look at one of these word chunks and let's see what we have. So yeah, this is a very typical Tortoise file that you have the, these are the prefix that basically is telling you that what format it is in, all these definitions of different things. So you can actually see this in our tab in Terminus DB as well, because we can store things in a similar way. I'm not expert in that, so if you're interested, come to our Discord server and ask Kevin or Gavin. They would know more. So this is the turtle file, and as you can see that inside, for example, we have a word that's able, and then it's an adjective. The part of speech is an adjective, and there's a lexical entry. I don't know what it means. So it's a canonical form is this. So I think that because it just means that this is a very there's a raw form of a word. So maybe ability is related to able, right? So yeah, maybe you can find that relationship later. Um, yeah. So or is an adjective. So I think this is what it's saying here. And sometimes you have the definition as well. So yeah, so for me it's like it's really like a dictionary, but it also provide like a little bit more than that as well. Um, yeah, entity is a noun, I think, and yeah. So this is yeah the thing about entity, and yeah, this is a definition of tops. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically like a dictionary thing. So that's why it's so huge. So this is for English. I'm not sure. Like I think WordNet is only in English, or does it have other languages? I am interested. So maybe we can see that. Oh, you can use WordNet online. Yeah, I think that's a yeah. So it's like kind of like a dictionary. Kind of like a dictionary. Apple search. So we get yeah, Apple and yeah, it's like there's other things. There's like occurred a apple tree. So like these are all the different words, and they also give an explanation. It's a fruit that's like either red or yellow or green, and it's sweet and crisp. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I still haven't found the answer of my question. Whether it also has other language. Yeah, because I haven't looked at it for so long, I forgot whether they have other things. Let's check download package. I don't want to download it now, so versions, files. Yeah, it didn't say that I got other language, so yeah, so maybe like if you want to do other like studies on other languages, you have to find another database to do that. Yeah, so this is by Princeton University, I think. So it's quite popular. Um, yeah, let's have a look whether this is done and still loading. And oops, why is it not saving? Ah, save. Okay, and yeah, I think it's almost done. It's just like quite a lot of file, and then it just like yeah. Okay, now it's done. So you see, this is just the time that it took for every step. So yeah, I think Gavin used them to plot a graph. So yeah, but yeah, we're done. So let's have a look at our Terminus DB. Then let's refresh and to see that we should have our. Oops. Yeah, it's okay. Like, why you ask me now? Like, I've been connecting to it for a long time. And yeah, we have the WorldNet, and then so yeah, well, we have it. We don't have a schema. Oh, we do have an instance graph. That's it. That's all we have. And I don't know why it's not showing any documents. I think maybe because we don't have a schema graph. We only have a bunch of triples inside. So let's see what we can get. So I don't know whether I can use star to find it. But you know what I think? What I like doing is to create a Jupyter notebook and do things that way to see if we can get what is inside. So let's go back to WordNet and create, again, I have to zoom out, create a Python 3, and yeah, we just do what we always do. I would just like copy this thing here. Oh, no, this thing here. Yeah, you need all these things to connect. So I'll just copy it. And yeah, just copy this things here. Right. So um, now I have a client that is connected. Yep. Whoa. Yeah, it's giving me like, yeah, again, like this is because the last line is returning something, and yeah, Jupyter Notebook just print it out for me, which sometimes I don't want it, but I can hide it for now. So now I have the client. So what I can do is to maybe have a WoqL query. Yeah, let's see if I can do a star here instead. Dot execute. And yep, I got loads of stuff. And let's just have a look at it what it has inside, because this is quite big, right? Because we got loads of stuff. And yeah, so yeah, I'm looking at this for the first time as well. So yeah, there's like all these are definitions, I think, that was stalling there. Lemon, that's super weird. And yeah, so we got so many things. It would be great if we can get all the classes and stuff, which I do believe we have a script for that. So give me one sec. See if I can have a look at that. Oh, it's not here. It's yeah, I do believe the script is somewhere hidden. So give me 1 second. Let me bring that up on my computer, and then I could see if I can find it and use that to see if I can get all the classes that is in there. Yeah, I, yeah. Remember, I have written a script for that, and it's in the library. It's the WoqL library actually. So yeah, get classes here. This one. Yep. So okay, so it's just calling dot property or dot class dot execute. Okay, so right, so I can just do this, I think. Right. Oops. Yeah. You can't see what I'm seeing right now. I'm like manipulating loads of windows, so I'm a bit lost. Sorry about that. So maybe we could try to execute this. Oh, we have to import it, is it? So, right, import library maybe. IP, I think, if that works. And right, so and let's look at the classes. I think. Right. And then I got parents, descriptions, class name, class ID. This is not really telling me anything, it is. And so, yeah, there's nothing in there, is it? Properties, how about? Yeah, I think it's because I only have triples. I don't have any, schema. So it's slightly, so things are slightly different. So maybe I can get like, or maybe limit 10 so I don't get crazy. Right, start triple. I would just put in whatever. Yeah, this is getting all triples, so you do this. So you just basically put in 3 random variables there. Just basically any triple that you can find. Give me that. I just limit it to 10 so it doesn't blow up. And execute client. Yeah. Right. So yeah, I got a few things here that yeah, it's like what we had before, right? So value is why is like 1860. So this is super interesting. Like there's an integer there, and yeah, you can see this is like what we have in the turtle file. So it's like this is able, but I don't know what like what is this first. So maybe like the year that it got, inside WordNet. I don't know, or it's in a dictionary or something like that, because this is quite a long time ago. Yeah, rest label. Yeah, and this is super weird as well. I don't know why the label is this. So maybe it's an example of how to use the word rich. This is super weird. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'll have to figure it out, like how to build a schema that like we can maybe use it better. But that's very interesting that we have something in the schema graph here right now. And maybe I would spend more time with Gavin next week to talk about like how we can move forward with this, and how we can um, use this to do some projects that would be more interesting. And eventually, what we want to do is to publish this, right? We want to publish this on Hub, so you can just grab this, from Hub rather than loading it in yourself. So you don't have to worry too much about this. And yeah, so yeah, basically there's just a bunch of triple that yeah, that is quite obscure. Written wrap. So I think this written wrap thing are words. So maybe let me try something. Let me try that. So dot eq vb. Oh, surely this. Oops. This. Oh no. Right. Okay. V and then dot execute. And so yeah, now I got all these like written wrap here. And yeah, all these I think like words or phrases. This is so weird. Log these. What's that? I don't know. Be active. So yeah, they're either words or phrases. So I think it's a written representation or things like that. So yeah, that's quite cool. Let me try that again with maybe like not limit 10, but maybe show more, so I can see if I can find something interesting in there. Right, so maybe I'll have 100 and I can have long time to have a look. So what else do we have? We have labels, which I don't actually know what this is doing. Syntax and s first is an integer, so it gives an integer that I don't understand. So let's have a look at the others. So yeah, I think this label may be like you put the word in here and it become an example. So it may be they climb up the hill or something like that. They hit, they hide a coin. I don't know. Yeah. So I think yeah, this is just like how you can fill in the word in there. And S, I think is yeah, maybe it's a subject. Um, so that's very interesting. What else we can see from WordNet? Value. So syntax value. So I think these are the definition. So maybe we could have a look at that as well. So this one. So let me grab this and then maybe put it in here. Oops. Hey. Right. So what do we have? So yeah. So I do believe these are the definitions, right? So syntax, like this one. Yeah. The name here is a bit obscure, but I think these are all the definitions. And so maybe we can find the written wrap like and the definitions, so we can basically see one entry um, of that. But yeah, like but A is a bit weird, so I think this is the idea of it. And yeah, so I still don't know whether like written wrap, maybe written wrap is the word. So yeah. So maybe we can use that to find an entry of that. Let's try that, shall we? So I gotta copy this and copy this thing. Okay. And I gotta, oops. Well, this is quite long. Let me hide it. Come on. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is to break this up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is to force it to wrap is to put brackets around it. Yeah, right. So then I can now break it up. Yeah, because Python doesn't like line break unless you put a bracket around it. So now, B, I want this to be the, so this A would be the ID, let's say, ID, and then B would be the type, and C would be value. Okay, so the type is this value thing, but at the same time, I want the that dot triple. So this would be also have this, but this time. So this actually is say the value 1 type 1 type 2 value 2. So what I want is that dot triple and EQ is that, so type 1 equals to this, type 2 equals to that return wrap thing. Return wrap, woohoo. Can I find it? Oh yeah, because I changed it, right? Okay, so one sec, let me bring this up again. Yeah, so I need this. And then I put it here. So now I want the value 2. So value 2 is the return wrap. So value 2 maybe I want a word. So yeah, maybe, oh, maybe I don't want this type 1 thing. Maybe I just want the type 2 thing because, yeah. Oh, then I can get all the IDs of everything and right. Okay, so type 2. This is like, for example, I want a specific word, so then I could have, okay, wq.literal or .string. Okay, how do they put it? Like, that's very important, I think. And oops, yeah, keep forgetting I'm hiding it. So the return wrap thing is, yeah, values, so it's en. So yeah, this is quite like literal, or I can just like give this just to be sure. Okay, so find entry of this thing. Oops. Yeah, for example, I want to find entry of this whole thing. That's those. Okay. I have one more. Yeah. So I want this to be those. So type is, so I don't need this 1 and 2 because like I don't need this one, I think. And then what I want is that I get this. So the ID would be everything that is related to those. So what I'm going to do now is that I gotta get yeah, everything that with this ID. So I want everything to have this ID that I was showed it. So dot triple. Okay, so let me run this first to see what I got. So function argument object. Oops, did I forgot something? And triple dot equal dot equal. This one equals to this one. This one equals to this one. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. That now it doesn't like it, and let me think. I think it's like some bracket thing that I'm missing, right? Oh yeah, here. Right. So yeah, now I only get this because like I only get this thing back that matches it. So it's those, okay. But I want everything with this ID. So what I gotta do, I think, is to do like triple with the same ID there, but with anything. So this would be any type. Oh, and then that would be any value. So then like I would get everything that was with the same ID with this. So hopefully, right. Oh, I still get the same thing, is it? And huh. Yeah, that's super weird. And yeah. Yeah, I will have to have a deeper look in this, and like I also need to know how to write a schema graph for it, because now you can see everything is quite messy. And yeah, it's just like, because so far I only see like this label and written wrap and the value here, but I think there more to it. It's just like I don't know where they are. But you can see that like we got loads of entries of different words. Okay, and yeah, I just need to find a way to build a good schema so we can query them like much easier than copy and pasting all these things. Yeah. So I think this is a good start that we actually use the script to load in so many like entries. But yeah, now it's a bit weird in the console. I don't know why, because like you can't see anything. I think it's because we yes, for triple you can see, yeah, because we don't have schema, so there's no document in there, but we have loads of triples. So you can see this is, oh my god. Okay, it's breaking my computer. Okay, I should stop. Because there's too many triple in it. It's breaking my computer right now. Okay, I should really, really stop. I've been playing with fire actually. Um, yeah. The front end. Yeah, the front end is just broken. Sorry. Um, yeah. I think that's it. We have been having a look. I think the thing that we are lacking now is the schema graph, and we need that. And so maybe I should like have a look at the WordNet a little bit more to see like how they got it. Cause yeah, it seems like they got a lot of things in it, but I didn't see it right now. Like they should also have the parts of speech and all these things, but like to be honest, it's not here, and I don't know what it calls, so I can't just like query it. So I need to know like what it is. So yeah. So, or maybe I can get all the types, different types, and yeah, let's. I don't know whether we can do that. Let's try. Yeah, let's try to do dot select. Only the bees. Yeah, let's try this, and yeah, to see how many we get from this. And yeah, label. Can I call unique? Okay, so yeah, so you can see like there's some like slightly difference here. No, it's not. Yeah, rest. What is rest? First, what is first? Like this, I have no idea. I have to really like, you know, find out what they are. Um, and yeah, so far like I only kind of understand written wrap, the syntax value, and the label, but other things I don't know what they are, and I don't know where the part of speech is hiding. So yeah, can I just dot unique? Is that a thing here, or is it unique just kind of generating the ID? Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Hmm. Let's see if this works, or it's just break everything. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is generating the unique ID rather than only selecting the unique values. Um, yeah. So I think yeah, we need to have a look at all these things that is stored in the graph, and we should really build a schema for that. So yeah, I think that's it for this week, and happy Friday, and I will see you on Sunday for the Python 0 to Hero. Okay, bye.